Four in Your Corner has been talking to a lot of the young people who were here last night and live nearby. Four in Your Corner's Warren Wright joining me now. He's got that part of the story. And one of the things that is really heartbreaking to a lot of people who hear about this is that some of these kids don't even seem surprised by something this violent happening to where kids hang out.
Yeah, that's right, Patrick. I got a chance to talk to a number of teenagers who live in this neighborhood, many of them just directly across the street from the club. And they tell me that this club, as well as this parking lot in particular, has been witness to a number of violent criminal activity.
These are my friends. These are people that I have grown up with, people I go to school with.
17-year-old Angel Escobar says she stopped going to teen night at Club Blu. A few months back, she went to a graduation party here for her cousin.
We threw a graduation party here and they started shooting, not outside the club, and they started shooting. And I was so fearful. We ran out the back door.
Last night, looking at the scene from across the street at this apartment complex, George Minatucci says none of this should surprise anyone.
Welcome to Fort Myers.
Some witnesses say that welcome was for this female rapper who was performing. Some of the boys in the audience were kicked out of the club for being disruptive. Witnesses say they came back and unloaded their guns on the crowd at closing time. Many think this type of crime is all about getting even.
That plays the biggest factor here because someone feels I have to go back and get that person for doing what they did to my family member or my friend. Retaliation is the only reason. I know it is.
Whatever the reason, young people living here are exhausted by the violence.
It just keeps happening. It scares me. Just you get worried.
And those young people living near Club Blu say they don't expect it to get better.
When people are living in poverty, they have to let out their stress somehow, and this is what happens.
Are you worried about more violence?
Yeah, it's going to continue happening. It's just getting worse and worse.
Next Level Church has an outreach program here in Dunbar, and there's about 50 kids in the Dunbar community that actually go to that church. And the church Next Level says that they're going to be out here for the rest of the week helping the kids cope and try to figure out how they can deal with everything that's happened to them.
And what is the overall sense that you hear from people again and again as you talk to them about this?
You know, when I talk to the kids, there's just a real sense of being defeated. I mean, they're just like, they shrug their shoulders and they're just like, this always happens. And, you know, one of them very insightfully said, you know what, nothing's going to improve until we get our families out of poverty.
Powerful. All right, thank you so much, Warren. Of course.